Hey guys, we are the group Sparks, and in this video we will discuss about rational equation. So first, let's define what is rational equation. A rational equation is an equation containing at least one fraction whose numerator and denominator are polynomial. These fractions may be on one or both sides of equation. This is also an equation involving rational equation. So next, let's know how we can solve a rational equation. There are 3 steps in solving rational equation. First, determine the LCD of all denominator. Second, multiply each term of all the equation by the LCD. And third, solve the resulting equation. Here are some examples of a rational equation.
Let's solve first the example number 1. We have x over 2 plus 8 over x equals x minus 3. As you can see, we have 2 denominator, 2 and x. If our denominator is in this case, it will be automatic that our LCD or less common denominator are 2 and x. So now that we have our LCD, let's multiply it to a rational expression. If we multiply it to our first fraction, we have x over 2 times 2x, and in this rate we will cancel 2, so we have x times x, and the answer will be x squared. Next, let's multiply the second fraction. We have 8 over x times 3, in this case x will be cancelled, then 8 times 2, that is 16, equals 2x times x. There's no cancellation, we have 2x squared. Lastly, we have 2x times negative 3, that is negative 6x. So as you notice, we have quadratic equation. To solve this equation, we need to write it first to a standard form. First, we need to transfer 2x squared and negative 6x to the left side of the equation. So we'll have negative x squared plus 16. And if we transfer 2x squared, it will be negative 2x squared, same as negative 6x. It will be positive 6x equals to 0. Okay, now let's combine like terms. X squared minus 2x squared, that is negative x squared, followed by positive 6x in the constant term, which is 16 equals to 0. Now that a quadratic equation is in a standard form, we will simplify it next. To simplify a quadratic equation, we will divide it to negative 1 to cancel the coefficient of our leading term. So our quadratic equation will have x squared, then 6x divided by negative 1, it is negative 6x. 16 divided by negative 1, that is negative 16 equals 0. Next, let's try to apply different methods in solving a quadratic equation. So usually we use factoring method. So what's the factor of x squared? We have x and x. Now, let's think about the factor of 16 that if we combine it's equal to negative 6. So the possible factor of 16 are negative 8 and positive 2. Lastly, we will equate the both factor to 0. So we have x minus 8 equals to 0 and x plus 2 equals to 0. As you can see, we have 2 values of x equals to 8 and x equals to negative 0. Let's have example number 2. In this equation, we have 2 over x minus 3 equals x plus 4 over x minus 3. First, let's find the LCD. But since our denominator are just the same, it's gonna be LCD, which is x minus 3. So let's multiply both sides of equation by x minus 3. We will multiply it to our first fraction, which is x minus 3. In this case, we will cancel x minus 3, so we will have 2. Next, let's multiply it to our second fraction, which is x plus 4 over x minus 3. So we'll cancel x minus 3. we will have x plus 4. Lastly, let's simplify it. We just need to transfer 4 to the left side. So we have 2 minus 4 equals x. Simplifying this equation, we will have negative 2 equals x, or x equals to negative 2. For our last example, we have 3 over x plus 2 equals x minus 3 over 2x plus 4. For this equation, we can use the cross multiplication method. So let's multiply x plus 2. And x minus 3 equals 3 times 2x plus 4. After that, let's use algebraic scales. So in our left side of our equation, we can use the full method. So x times x, that is x squared. In the outer, we have x times negative 3, that is negative 3x. Then our inner, we have x times 2, so that is 2x. And for the last term, that is 2 times negative 3, we have negative 6 equals. In the right side of the equation, we can distribute 3 to 2x plus 4. So to simplify, we have 3 times 2x, we have 6x. And for 3 times 4, we have 12. So next, we will transfer 6x and 12, so that will be negative 6x and negative 12. So our quadratic equation will be x squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 6 minus 6x minus 12 equals 0. So our next step is combining like terms to have our standard form. So if we combine negative 3x, positive 2x, and negative 6x, then the constant term, which is negative 6 and 12, we will have a standard form. So x squared, then negative 3x plus 2x minus 6, that is negative 7x. And negative 6 minus negative 12, that is negative 18, equal to 0. Now that our quadratic equation is in a standard form, we can now use the factoring. Let's factor first the x squared, so we have x and x. Next, we will factor negative 18, that if we combine the two numbers, it's equal to negative 7. So the possible number are 9 and 2, but the sign should be opposite. So since our middle term is negative, it means that 9 should be negative 2. So now we can equate both factor to 0. X minus 9 equals 0, and x plus 2 equals 0. As you can see, we have two values of x. If transfer it to the right side, we have x equals to 9 and x equals to negative 2. Now, let's have an activity. Here are some equations that you can try to test if there's something you learned about what we discussed.
Our video finished at this point. I recently hope that this video has helped you learn anything and will serve as a guide to future learning. I look forward to hearing from you in the near future. Hoping to see you again next time, and thank you for your time.